another food plot enlargement. This area down in here is basically wasteland. Doesn't have any bedding area, doesn't have any food value. That hillside we're not going to mess with, just this flat area down here. It's pretty flat. It's pretty flat, and we got a new John Deere 319E down here. See what it's made out of. It's got more computers on it than it's got horsepower though. They're going the wrong direction with equipment. Yeah, I'm going to clean this off, and then I'm going to debate whether I'm going to put power plant in here. I think I'm going to go with power plant this year, and then next year go with that new Fusion from Whitetail Institute. And so we'll get to clearing this trash off and opening this ground up. It's April 17th. Now keep in mind that power plant can't plant it until the ground temperature is 65 degrees day and night. If I was doing a perennial, I would have already had it in the ground. But being this is an annual, you got time. And like I say, I plan on planting a power plant in there. It gets quite a bit of sunlight in there. So those sunflowers and that new sun hemp, I'm going to see how it works. So let's get started. For you land managers and so-called expert operators, the reason you can take those trees down like that is because you're working with nature, not against it. That would have been a hard dig if it would have been July. But being it's the spring of the year, the softness of the dirt, you can pop them out with a smaller machine. So, get back at it. I guarantee you, this machine was made in America by union-making people, not off overseas, shipped over here in a cardboard box. Think about that when you buy that junk, boys. That's what you're buying's junk. John Deere 319E, made by the Willie D's in the world, the real Americans real American machine moving real American dirt. Food plots can be done on a budget, or they can be done full scale. But try to do the most you can, and don't think, some of this stuff I've seen on the tillage of the ground is one word: pathetic. I don't care what kind of seed you're putting in there. If you're not breaking that sod up and leaving that sod laying on top of the ground, yeah, you're going to get germination. I ain't going to argue about that. Weeds germinate faster than the seed. I know some good friends of mine don't have the equipment, and I understand that more so than most people that you are looking at me scrutinize my person right now. But by all means, if you're going to do something, don't label it a poor man's effort so you think you can get by doing a marginal amount of work. Don't let anybody label you as poor. Don't have anything in your lifestyle as poor. You're the best! When you set out, you figure you're the best. You live in the freest, most powerful, greatest country on earth. And damn it, quit calling yourself poor people. That's a serious root ball right there, folks. But you can do this in the spring. Never do this in the middle of the summer. Here's what you got working for you. Wet soil. If that was dry soil, you'd never get this size of a tree down with that size of skid steer. Take a D6 at least. with that one row of trees right there, that will give seclusion down here on this field. Plus, you could set a ground blind up in there, saw out some of that, put a blind up in that pile. They wouldn't even know you were there in the future. But that's something, you know, strategically where to put that at. And if I wanted to burn it out, I could burn it out. It's all in a pile. I could burn it next winter. But I didn't have a big ditch this time to roll it into. So I just pushed it over there. I don't want to push it over into the creek. So it's sitting right there. And like I say, to dry out, they can do two options. Use a ground blind in there, or burn it. But like I say, the main thing is I'm getting it off. There's too much sunlight on this field now, and that's the number one thing. Now a lot of people probably tearing out a lot of timber. But what we're going to do is we're going to rejuvenate this. This has never been touched by man. And we're going to make it have a purpose other than just wildflower rows and a bunch of softwood trees. There were no hardwoods in there. I've left all the oak trees. I wouldn't push them out. But the rest of the trees were just softwood trees. That's why they came out easy. You'd never get some of those. You'd never get an oak out the size that I took out. So anyhow, when we get this back there planted and honeybees are in here swarming at the sunflowers, you'll see what we did. Probably took us 3 o'clock, right at 3 hours, turn this off. You seen it, one thing, people sawing trees off, especially big trees, pushing that stump out is 10 times harder than pushing the whole tree over. I realize if you don't have equipment, you go ahead and cut it off, but boy, if you ever try to take them out, you're really going to have a hard time. There you go. 80 yards back to back there, about 35 across. So 80, we'll figure the math up. We got a good quarter acre, a little over a quarter acre here. And plenty of sun. That's what we needed to grow power plant. And we'll get to work, and I got to level this up, and Deb's got to go home. So I'll get this cleaned up here. There's a little over a quarter acre there. And I'd like to explain something. I have no more money than most of you. I have that machine, but you can rent those machines. But what I want to make a point is, food plots take a total effort. And as I watch the YouTube channels, it just seems like people want to do it so willy-nilly. Well, why even do it then? Go put some shake and bake on the ground. You are in life what you put into it, and you get out of life what you put into it. I'm no better than you as a person at all, anybody that's watching this channel. All I'm trying to emphasize on this channel is to do it the right way. Because even with that, there's no guarantee. So why waste your time? You know, people say, well, if I had your money, blah, blah, I hear it all the time. Well, they're probably pulling a $40,000 bass boat behind their $50,000 Silverado. And I know there's some guys that I know personally don't have that kind of money either. So I'm not trying to be, look at me, I'm the hero on the block. That ain't Don Mealey. All I'm trying to do is emphasize the effort that you should put forth. And if you're not going to put the effort and you're trying to make a cartoon show out of planting food plots, don't put them on. I mean, it's, who wants to see that bullshit? Because all that does is spread the disease of, oh, you can go out and just throw some grass like Johnny Appleseed. Well, folks, it ain't that easy. It ain't that complicated. But by all means, put all you can put into it if you expect to get your return on it. So delete me, cuss me, I don't know. Want a fist fight? We can do that too. I'm 66 now and I can still hold my own turf. But I'll tell you something. Whether you knock me on my ass or not, it's still that you've got to put an effort into what you want in all aspects of life. If you go through life half-assed, you're going to have a half-assed return on it. So that's it from the non-typical Norwalkian.